What's up, traders? Coming to you today with a lesson on trade execution. Trade execution. You can be in the biggest running stocks. You can be in the worst stocks. If you don't execute, you're going to not profit from your trading ideas. So, real quick, what are we looking at? We're looking at a catalyst. Number two, what are we looking at? Volume. Number three, what sector? We're looking at what sector it's in. The medical sector. And then we're looking at executing, taking profits, setting stop losses, and managing the trade. So right here, I got an alert from Blundertongue that I set a long time ago. Now keep in mind, what's the history of this stock? It has a history of running big. This stock went to $3.80 with no news back on 8/20, 8/19. So I know this stock has the potential to run. Now, what does a small float do? What does a small float do to a stock? Anybody? Can anybody answer that? If you said it makes the stock more volatile, you are correct. This stock has a 3 million share float. So there's only 3 million shares available for this stock to be bought up. Right then, I know that if this stock gets some volume, if it gets any kind of volume, it's gonna blow. It's gonna explode. So we ended up getting in at 122. So let me put it on the 5-minute chart so you'll see what I'm looking at. So I saw this base building. Number one, it's bullish when the stock goes from red to green. Okay, it goes from red to green. Now let me go ahead and draw these trend lines for you so you can understand what you're looking at. Support and resistance. Where was support at? Support and resistance was in this channel between 114 and 121. Okay, you see it trying to break out. It can't. You see it tries to break out again, and it finally breaks through. Okay, so I'm in at 122. I'm in at the top of this channel at 122. And then it pulls back really hard. Now I set my stop where I bought it at 122. So now I'm trading for free. So the worst I can do is get a big, the best I can do is get a big, huge move. The worst I can do is break even. So, I mean, how great is it to trade for free? Okay. I mean, you can't beat that. You know, if somebody said, here's a free account, you can trade as much as you want to, free money. You're going to take that, right? So that's what you're doing when you get in at a good entry. It explodes up, give you some room to pull back. Okay, so it took forever, it seemed like, to break this 144 level. You know, it kept trying to break below the 128 level. So it comes, double tops, pulls back, holds its trend line, tries to hit 140, tries to hit 140 again, tries to hit 140 again, breaks and pulls back to 140. Now, keep in mind, this is very important. Once these stocks break above the trend line, they need to pull back to the previous trend line to establish support. It was resistance, now it's support, okay? Now you run up again to a new support level, to a new support and resistance level, okay? Support and resistance. Here's another channel, all right? So this channel sets resistance at 175. Tries to break 175 3 times before it explodes again. Now I set my stop at first at 160. Very important. I set this stop at 160. Where I made a mistake is I moved it up to 170 to lock in profits. That was a mistake because it hadn't broke the trend line. So if it doesn't break this trend line, we know what's it going to do. It's going to go ahead and make another leg up. So I got stopped out at 170, which was still a good profit. But if you're paying attention to volume, what do we always talk about? Volume. The volume was expanding. The volume was expanding. There's no reason for me to take profits right here when the volume is doing what it's supposed to do and it's holding this trend line. Okay? I can put it on the 1 minute and you see it never breaks the 20 on the 1 minute. It pulls back to it, but it never breaks down. And it ran up to 215. So, hope you made money on this. I was tweeting it out. That's why you should follow my Twitter. And let's see, where were we with this? BDR, I was tweeting it needs to hold. BDR, I was in, I got stopped out. BDR again when I was in at 122. I was predicting a $3 price target, but as a rule of thumb, whenever they make a huge move up, when they bounce, I expect it to only bounce up to 50% of the biggest move. So we got it. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and you can always email me for coaching inquiries. greenwoodstocktrading@gmail.com. Hope you have good and profitable trading.